This is another hit production.
And I'm just like, okay, well, you want me to do all of that loveliness? You gonna run me the money for it? Yeah, that's what I thought.
Any specific reason why you might have not capitalized that stuff?
Hold on. The reason why I chose a laptop over a desktop is because at the time I was moving around a lot, so convenience.
Yeah.
And I went with the Alienware. Like I said, I spent almost $5,000, so my laptop ain't no joke.
Yeah, because also the downside of that people don't know is that the graphic cards on the books and the graphic cards on the desktops, they can be
Yeah.
number, like the graphic cards on the notebook are slightly on the power.
I have a 4090 NVIDIA graphic laptop card. And it is the it is the high at the time when I got it, they hadn't came out with the five. Yeah, and the one thing is they're not integrated. The CPU on there is not integrated with the with the graphic card. They're separate. So you get some gaming laptops where the GPU and the CPU is integrated. These are not.
Yeah,
You know, they're
yeah, but what I know from past experience with laptops and video cards or what I check the specs on itself, I mean that's the best thing you have right here. You should have enough VRAM and everything. It's just like I said, the key is what a laptop game is because what he does, something called thermal throttle.
Yep. Yeah.
It's called a thermal throttle on
But you know what
CPU.
yeah, you know what the beauty of that is? Warranty and extended warranty. I got both.
Yeah, you won't really notice it, but what it does is that with the thermal throttle, it basically lowers your performance. That's what you should get. That's usually what the thermal throttle does. So if the CPU detects that too hot, or the
Mhm.
CPU detects that it's too hot,
Mhm.
and you're running, your CPU is running at 90%,
Mhm.
and it's not cooling fast enough, or it's running at 99% and it's not cooling fast enough, it's gonna thermal throttle it back down to maybe like 80-85% of the performance wise,
Mhm.
until it can start cooling efficiently, and then it's gonna start ramping back up performance. So either protect the component or design to do that to protect itself from complete knowledge and burn. So it will just lower the performance until the fans can keep up. Once the fans keep up, it will just go back up to full performance. That's just how naturally how computers operate at certain times. I don't know how, so that's if you have an installation issue or a heat issue, and that it, and probably some folks will even realize that in colder weathers, or when the weather's very like summertime and the weather's cool, they would see that the computer is running a lot smoother. You hear less of a fan on it
Mhm.
versus when it's hot, humid day, and that kind of stuff. That's when people really realize that is actually almost not something that you're going to notice unless you notice that performance issue.
So basically, what you're saying is, I need a
Cooling
desktop.
is key. No, cooling is key. You can still run that. Just make sure you get it efficient.
Well, I mean, that's the first time it's done that, so I'm
Yeah.
thinking that I probably need to I have no clue what that. Oh shit. Yeah, I just need to raise the stand that I have it on. Um,
Yeah.
okay, I am 14 miles away.
Cooling is key, and then check the ventilation. Make sure you don't like it pops off like if there's cooling vents, make sure they're not clogged with dust.
Oh, I every time that I said that right there is not an issue because every time I get done with my stream, I go in and blow those out.
Like I said, the only thing you gotta worry about is very
Yeah.
smooth.
So
Most compliments, that's how they're really designed.
yeah. So I mean, because I know that I do have a laptop, I know that I need to, you know, blow those out, and I actually have a very strong. I don't use the canned stuff. I actually have, and I go in and blow it out and wipe the screen down and things of that nature. I try to keep everything, you know, because
Yeah, so yeah,
this is my work. I mean, for right now, this is my work. So if I don't take care of the investment that I put into it, then I just, wasted all this money. You know what I mean?
definitely if the monitor is the temperature, make sure you have sufficient cooling. And that's just key right there. You don't
Right.
necessarily have to go get something else.
I mean, no, I'm still looking into getting a desktop. I'm looking into it. Whether I get one or not, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. But I mean, I still want to be able to, like, if I go, excuse me, and spend time with, my grandkids or whatever, I'm not gonna grab my desktop and pack that up. That's not happening. But I get I get a few people that just like, oh well, laptops is not meant to do what desktops do. Okay, well if they're not meant to do what desktops do, then why the fuck did they create them? Why do they call them gaming laptops? And why are in most cases they are outranking most desktops? Don't knock what I have just because maybe you're jelly a little bit.
Yeah.
You know, just don't
Well,
do that.
some people say that because they have bad experience with some gaming laptops. Because nowadays the gaming label is placed on anything that has seemed to have like a graphic card. that is capable of gaming. And necessary, the build system of it really don't matter. It's just, I've seen PCs um, where basically they have a gaming brand
Uh-huh.
and people go and buy them
Yep.
and they're highly disappointed on both sides of the spectrum. Both sides, it's on the laptop side and the desktop side. So looking at something saying gaming is not. It's usually I'm just looking at just something saying gaming. It's usually not the best thing. You gotta actually do your research on what you actually get.
Well,
So
see, that's the reason why I went with Alienware, because Alienware cornered the market on the gaming laptops. They were actually out there before anybody else was out there, and they actually listened to the gamers. So they took the time to actually listen to the gamers, and it's like, okay, this is what we're looking for in a laptop, and they listened. So they went off in there and they made that shit happen. So when it came to a laptop, I have another like an Acer off in there, but it was mid grade. But I told my husband, I said, when we actually sit down and get my gaming laptop, this is what I want. So when we sat down, we went off in there and we were able, they set up the baseline, they had these options. And I said no. And he said no too. And that's when we went in and, we were like, okay, this is what we want. So, and then we also bought the extended warranty, because I'm not going to give you the opportunity to sit up there and tell me, oh, there's nothing oh, no, no, no. Yeah, there is. Check your records. Yeah, just, y'all getting ready to, y'all getting ready to handle this. And guess what?
absolutely, I mean,
When it's time to when it's time to renew, guess what? You still got to deal with me, because I'm gonna be in your face, because I'm gonna pay for that renewal. I'm gonna make sure that as long as I have your product, it's going to be warranty, and you're gonna fucking honor it.
absolutely.
Huh?
I said absolutely.
Oh
I
yeah.
mean, that's the way to go.
That the one thing, Area 51, the Dell Area 51 gaming laptop. Oh my god, the specs on that bitch. Oh yeah, yeah. There's a few tweaks that I want to do to it, but I'm like, okay, I'll have my desktop and I'll still have my gaming laptop. So if I want to be mobile, I can be mobile, and I'll just dual that shit. It's like, okay, when I'm streaming and I'm at home, I will run my game off of the desktop and I will set up there and use OBS on my laptop. But at least I know my laptop can handle both if I'm mobile. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And I got my portable monitors that I can take with me. They may not be as big as the monitors that I have in front of me, but you know, I'll be golden and I'm mobile. So I'm not gonna let nobody steal my joy. And I'm not gonna let anyone sit up and say, oh well, you should have blah blah blah. Okay, well when you put in on it, when you put in on it, then we're good. Destroyer, it really was fun. It really was. And I know everybody is probably worn the hell out. I have delivered I finished the load that we were on. So if you guys are ready to say, you know what, 2 tears in the bucket, motherfucker, it's time to go to sleep, I got you. I understand. Because after all, it is for me 3 a.m. in the morning. So yeah, we've been at this. Oh my God. If we keep going for another 8 hours, it'll be 24 hours. I don't know about y'all, but you know, if y'all want to, I will do it. But if y'all tired, I understand. Hmm. Oh my God. Like really? Come on, man. No, I'm just playing. This was freaking awesome. So, anybody that knows anything about Discord, hit me up. I understand Destroyer. I completely and utterly understand. We wasn't we wasn't ready. Okay. Anyway. So anyone that knows, Discord and knows how to go off in there to where, certain channels, certain people can get into so we don't have any interruptions. Harry is an amazing he's amazing person. He plays a lot of Diablo, and I don't know if you guys heard, for any of you guys that was in the Discord when he showed up. He does have a disability, but he's sweet as freaking pie. Um, and I set up there and offline. I will spend the majority of the day like with him playing games, you know, because again, like I said, mental health, you don't dismiss that, and it can come in all shape, forms, and fashion. But a lot of people with his condition and other conditions, they have the biggest heart in the world. They have the most patience in the world, and they love hard. And society does not realize that. And not only that, they are very, very, very smart. So don't dismiss them either. Huh? I don't. When Harry came in, and I had to, there was a couple of times I had to ask him to repeat what he was saying, but I figured it out, and we was playing. He loves Diablo and of course World of Warcraft. So I'm like, when I have the downtime and I'm not, live, or I'm not caught up with something else, I give it to him as much as I possibly can. Now, I will say that since my stroke, I really have not had that time because I've had to deal and combat with my own stuff. So I have fallen short. And for that, I will let him know, when the time is right. I will let him know that I truly apologize. He did nothing wrong. It was me trying to combat my own demons. So at any point when we're off in here and we're doing a convoy or anything and he pops off in here, even if y'all don't understand him, please show him love and respect him because he is amazing. Like I said, I turn no one away. I want people to have a safe space. Everybody. And a lot of people don't do that. Danny Dimes is practically paralyzed all over. He was in my chat earlier. He's in a wheelchair. Sweet and amazing. I don't know all of his disabilities, but I'll say this much. Don't go up against him on the other opposite side and be against him on COD or Fortnite, because he will own your ass. You promise? And are you going to be nice? You're not going to give me that AI or bot excuse when I see you again? Because if you do, I'm putting you in the doghouse forever. Love you. Night night. See how he ignored me? See how he ignored me? Wow, really? Really? Is that what we doing? Good night. And yeah, let's try to hook up and see if we can get another convoy going. Like I said, I'm flexible for anybody. Y'all let me know. Hit me up in the Discord or DM or whatever. Thank y'all so much. We made it happen, and yeah, it took a minute, Too rad. Thank you for going in and fixing the mods so we could make all of this flow smoother. Um, oh man, I I have no words, to be honest. I really don't. Destroyer, thank you, all of you guys. So y'all are all in my server. If I'm not in y'all's, I will get in y'all's server. But DM me or hit me up and even in the general chat on my server and say, hey, let's convoy. Let's try to coordinate and do this again, because this is freaking awesome. Because this particular, like I said, this particular profile, I'm not changing anything on it. This is gonna be for me. Whenever we do convoy, this is gonna be my profile that I'm gonna use until we, if we change anything, we'll change the mods on this. But with all of that said, peace, greens, and bacon grease. What? Yeah, peace, greens, and bacon grease. What we do. Anyway, y'all have an amazing night. Thank you for kicking it. And Destroyer, thank you so much for, the questions you asked yesterday or day before yesterday, and just us going off in here and getting everything set up. I look forward to the next convoy. I am not going to be the host because I was glitching way too much, so somebody else gonna have to go off in there and put it off in there, because I ain't doing it. I'm playing. Yep.
You know, message me if anything changes, or if this server, I'm probably gonna leave it the way it is. If it's changed, just message me and I can change it.
No, you know what? The
thing is, yeah.
This server, actually, I didn't have as many glitches. I mean, it still glitched a little bit, but not like it was when so yeah. I didn't know you can keep those servers up, and I don't know how to keep those servers up, but yeah. That one, perfect. Yes, keep it.
This is the problem with this. I had this server for a while.
Uh-huh.
I use it to convoy sometimes, either private
Uh-huh.
or Steam.
Uh-huh.
It's through a company called G Portal.
Uh-huh.
Which you pay like monthly.
Uh-huh.
But I've been paying for it for a while, and I got a deal on it a while back. So the only thing is that since I had it, it just updated the slots from 8 to 128.
Uh-huh.
So you can actually have 128 maximum folks convoying.
Oh.
I think this server right here
Mm-hmm.
does not allow that.
Oh, okay.
I'm supposed to message them and find out if there is any user plans to update their server hosting from the 8 to the 128 anytime soon.
Uh-huh.
I have to find somewhere else to host it from.
Well, let me know. And if there's any additional cost, I will kick in to help if we have to host it somewhere else in order for us to be able to go off in there and to run our convoy. So,
that's not a problem. For the most part, yeah, it's the price right now for these servers are roughly around 10 to 30, maybe 50 the most of them.
Okay.
So it's not like I need to pay that for it.
Uh-huh.
So a lot of times when the longer you pay for,
right,
any given time, it's the cheaper it usually is.
Okay.
So that's how that usually works. This one I have for a long time. I use it for Steam convoys on for Twitch.
Mm-hmm.
For any other convoy to drive around. Like if me and Jacob Trucking one time was on it. A couple of different people, like use it, but mostly I use it because of streaming. When you stream, you tend to using your internet, your hosting,
Uh-huh.
everything's connected in and out, and basically streaming to Twitch and stuff. So
Okay.
if you're convoying and you want to use the server, just message me and I will check because also what the thing about these servers is that you have to manually update.
Uh-huh.
So the mods that are on here,
Right.
if say tomorrow the real companies are built with update,
Uh-huh.
the server would not update
Oh.
automatically. Yeah, and to get on the profile. And then it's a little command that you can get on the host of Convoy.
Uh-huh.
Like a just regular host of regular Convoy profile. You click host, you get the command that says export server packages. You can create like 2 files in your document folder.
Mm-hmm.
And then I just transfer that file to the server and that's it. You don't have to transfer files or nothing. You just transfer that those 2 files. It's 2 small files, which take about roughly 5 minutes at most.
Oh, okay. Okay.
It's back up.
Okay.
So, like I said, if you want to check the server, if you want to keep using, or even at any time, anybody is welcome to use the server. So,
Right.
if I get says my paddle or whatever today,
Mm-hmm.
the page just messing. I don't usually check it every day.
Right.
And then I'll CIM, I will check it. So, like I said, it depends on all on
Okay.
So, feel free to use a server because, like I said, once the mods are there, anybody can jump on at any time. No necessary one person has to be on the servers all the time.
Well, before I set up there and use it, if you're busy and you're not able to convoy with us, I am definitely going to reach out and say, hey, by the way, I've got a few people. We're going to convoy. Can you come with us? And you say, no, I can't. I'm going to ask permission to use your server. I'm not going to just. I know, but it's a courtesy because behind the scenes, even though it's a public server on here, behind the scenes with everything that you need to do to do all of that stuff, that's paid. So to me, it is a paid server because you do pay something in order for it to stay there. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I look at it. So it is definitely a courtesy and out of respect because it may be public on this side, but on the back end, it's not. It's paid. So I'm not gonna just be like, oh, all right, yeah, Tuaz said we could do this, and it's all no, because when you do that, then you get, I guess gun ho, and you know what I'm saying? Because I mean, there's certain lines. I know.
For a very long time, people were using it. Anybody in my community, I put it out there. Anyone in my community can use the server. I don't even have to be on. Use the server.
Right.
There were a few people that used the Convoy on here when I was not here, and then but I kept the server because it was a really good server. It had the computer spec on the server.
Mm-hmm.
I had an issue with them, and the customer service issue with them. So I didn't want to give them up for a very long time.
Mm-hmm.
It's been there for a long time, and even though I keep it updated whenever I can. So
Yeah.
if anybody tries to get on, I will see it. I don't say you just message me. I will move on. I'll get it updated. It just takes about, like I said, one time at the house, it takes about 3 to 5 minutes.
Okay.
This part is just loading into the game.
Yeah. I will still reach out first because if I'm gonna use it, One, it just, even though, like I said, on the back end, you pay for it. Ultimately,
Yeah.
what we did today is something I want you to be a part of, because I want to, I want to be able for, we had four, one left, and then Oso came in. So we still kept the four level. The next time we do a convoy, I would love to see it go from 4 to 6, and if all we can get off in here until they decide, that they can handle more than that is 8, I'd like to set up there and fill all 8 of those slots and roll out. I don't know how Silent Scotty or how Armstrong, how they are able to go off in there, and uh, they have way more people. So, on that server.
Strong use of convoy with left lane, which I convoy do that sometimes.
Uh-huh.
Once in a while. It's just the same thing. But I'm not sure who they're using as their host.
Right.
That might be different, because there's different hosts inside.
Uh-huh.
I have to say.
Well, once we start growing, maybe that's something we need to look into to set up there and try. So then if we see that we have the capacity, we set up there and we constantly are at capacity, and we have to let people say, hey, by the way, we're at capacity right now. So maybe the next convoy, get a list together, and who knows if we get this going. And
If host from the computer,
uh-huh.
128, you can host from the computer, so you're not limited that on the computer. You just have to change the file in the config file that you need to change.
Mm-hmm.
And in the document folder, leave the limit of the convoy, so you can host personally over 8.
Mm-hmm.
But like I said, you have to change that file, which I'm gonna probably see if I can put some sort of tutorial or how you guys, once that time comes, to change.
Mm-hmm.
But it's a little file that you have to change so that you can also,
Okay.
but like I said, that's something that they recently added, 150 game version 150, I think it was, or somewhere around there. They changed the content limit
Uh-huh.
from 8 to 128.
Oh, okay. Well, we still have fun. So we had 4 slots. So hopefully next time we will be able to fill up all 8 slots and just go off in there and do what we did. Because we was rolling at what, 10 hours today. I know I clocked 10 hours on my before everything froze up on me. It showed over 10 hours, a little over 10 hours that I was online streaming. So I think we did amazing with the convoy today. Hopefully the next time that we all get together, we can have the 4 and fill all 8 slots. Hey Sierra, how are you doing? Yukazi, good morning to you. How are you doing? My apologies. I am not ignoring you guys. Thank you for the pull up. But yeah, hopefully, at some point we can get, somewhat of something kind of fixed to where we show up and it's like, and just kind of go from there. But tonight, I mean, to be honest, this is my first true convoy, and I didn't realize how much fun it would be. I would have been scared of it. Literally, I have been scared of it because I'm just saying, because I'm a female and the majority of everyone is male. So I did not, it's just, kind of scary for me. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? But we went off in there and we tore up the road and we had fun. So yeah, I definitely want to get something together again sooner rather than later. I'm good, Yukazi. I'm good. And thank you so much for asking. We're just wrapping up our convoy that we had tonight on ATS. Oh yeah. Do you have ETS? And if you do, what DLCs do you have? And would you be willing, to kind of switch kind of back and forth where we do an ATS and then do an ETS? So it's not just all one sided. Would you be interested in doing something like that?
So I might be interested to be one DLC and on ETS. I
Okay.
have ETS2. For the folks that don't have ETS2, every now and then it goes on sale for like $5.
Uh huh.
So if you don't find that the price is too steep right now, just give it
Oh, yeah. Stay a while. It'll change.
yeah, closer to when the new DLCs or the
Hmm.
new DLCs come out, it usually goes on sale.
Yep. Yep. It does. You're
Pick it up. Yeah, most of the DLC goes on sale.
Yeah, and DLCs, if you sit there and wait for those, man, it's what, $1.99. I think the most that I seen DLC to be was 10.99 that I've seen. Now it may be a little bit more than that, but uh,
The new DLCs usually don't have much of a deal, but the older ones, every now and again, sometimes there's a deal. What you have to do is
bundle it.
bundle it,
Yep.
bundle it, and then whatever is missing, you don't have to buy it again. Because
Hmm.
a lot of people fear that they're gonna have nothing to the bundles that the stuff that they already have
Hmm.
there, they're gonna have to pay for again. It's not gonna do that.
No.
Just put bundle in the cart, and then whatever you have
Yep.
is not gonna pay for that, and you're just gonna pay for whatever you're missing, basically. So
Yeah.
I've been using that trick for a very long time. I think it's purposely there.
Yeah.
It's just a lot of people.
They think, oh my God, you see this bundle, you have you have this one, and you have this one, not realizing that when you go off in there and you go to your cart, the price changes because you already have those DLCs, and it offsets it just a little bit, not much, but it does offset the cost, and people don't pay attention to that when they go to checkout.
Yeah, the new DLCs, usually when you bundle it, the new ones that usually come out, you probably get $1.99 off of it or
Yep.
something like that. But the older ones,
Yeah.
there's sometimes $2, $3 off
Oh,
of those,
yep.
depending on the price of the original DLC, the older ones.
That's
The
how.
new ones, yeah.
Yeah, that's how I was able to get all the DLCs for ETS. I bundled.
Yeah.
I would wait, and I was like, oh, okay, that was a bundle. I'm gonna take that one. And then I waited, and then there was another one, and I was like, all right, I'll do that one. And ultimately, there was a lot of people that says, oh, I spent this much on ETS and their DLCs. Oh, well, I didn't. How much did you? Nowhere close to what you spent, I promise you. And I told them, I said, I did the bundle. And they was like, well, with the bundle, a lot of the stuff I already had. And I said, yes. And when you get the bundle and you've already have it, you get a discount.
Yeah, I had to bought the game very cheap, $5, and then eventually I was looking at one of my moderators from Croatia. He
Uh-huh.
gifted me reasonable amount of DLCs that were there, and
This is
I eventually bought the rest of them.
Uh-huh.
Like I said, the only DLC I didn't really buy. If there was a DLC that came out in 1.4 right around the last DLC that just came out, I don't have it. I'm not sure of it. I haven't really touched it. ETS2 is the whole 1.4 update came out. I haven't really gone to the store and see they added a new section of the map and nothing. So that might be the only thing that's missing over here.
Right.
But the previous DLC, Greece,
Mm-hmm.
I think it was. I got that one. That was the last one that I got. So if there was something after that, I'm probably
No, not. I think Greece was the last thing that came out. I think it's the. Um. Oh God, I can't think of it. I don't want to say it was the Nordic. It's either the Nordic or the Black Sea something.
so
I
I got to double check this.
Right.
You know, this,
Yeah, Yeah, I can't remember which one that's like waiting for it to.
Don't think I've ever come for that far to pick that thing. It would be a first for me, you know, because I have a long way up there. Most of the people that have great ATS that I usually combo with,
Mhm.
they don't really play ETS.
Well,
I'm, I'm usually the oddball that usually
to
has
me,
the ETS.
yeah, to me, if you're gonna do a truck sim, you need to go all the way. You need to do American and you need to do the Euro. So, I mean, that's just me. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
I
they're just saying they connect. You know what I mean? You can't have one without the other. Come on, that's just me. So,
a lot of people like American trucks play them more than ETS.
yeah, because they can pimp out their rides and make them and do and get all of these mods and pay for all of this to get these certain.
There's just mods on ETS too. There's just as much paid mods on ETS too.
This is
If
true.
I started playing both of them at the same time, I would probably have just as much mods. It's just I had already bought way too many mods on ETS.
Uh
By
huh.
the time I started playing ETS too, it's like I basically I have a reasonable amount of mods, and some of the mods that I have on ATS
Mhm.
works on ETS too. So I have mods that are new on this mod because even that truck that I was driving on the last stream,
Yep.
I was reading through and it said it gives the ETS too, so I can technically put that mod on
Mm,
ETS too. Right?
yeah.
So,
Well, I mean, to me, like I said, for me, and this is just me. I'm one person. You can't have
yeah,
one without the other. They are the yin and the yang, you know. So, if I can, kind of do a little nudge, and because I know I see a lot of people, it's like whenever you go live, it's ATS, and I'm like, yeah, you can pimp it out, yeah, you can do all of these other things, but there's another world over here that's got their graphics is better, in my opinion, as far as the scenery, the environment,
yeah.
because they really
I like
yeah, they pay attention to that detail, and that's the whole point. The reason why I like, and someone asked me this, like, why do you play ETS so much? Because it reminds me of when I was actually out on the road. All you saw was God's country, and you took that in. You breathed it in. You enjoyed it. You saw the soothing water. You saw the the patient hills that took so long and the patient trees. You saw those things when you were out on the road. That's what I see in ETS. ATS, I go off in there, yes. And I may not see a lot of the players out there, but whenever I do pull up a stream that I just want to enjoy ATS, shit's so damn pimped out to where I'm like, I drove in real life, and a real truck driver is not going to drive that fucking truck because they know within a month, all of that pimped out shit is going to be either scratched up, smudged, or broken. You go to a truck show, like off of Iowa 80, whenever they have their truck shows there, you will see all of that stuff. Like the paint job that I have on mine
yeah,
and the chrome out that I have. The majority of people that has a KW that runs it every day, that's an owner operator, they're not going to chrome their shit out because they don't have the time to set up there and wipe that shit down all the damn time. So you're not going to see chrome. So, I mean, for me, the only thing that I will and I am paying for is I want to have like my little, Dark Queen Emerald that you guys see on there with the little smirk face. Not my face, but that on my trucks on ETS as well as ATS and on the back in love and memory of my mother. That's it. That is the only pimp out that I'm going to do. All the other ones, but don't get me wrong, I am not knocking anybody.
yeah,
If
yeah.
go off in there, because make it your own. Make this, because trucking, it's fun, and you're not gonna get the same damage. Like this truck right here, this is way, way overdone. But it's a game, so I don't have to worry about the damage that I would in real life. But I limit myself to how much, I'm gonna put out there. You know what I mean? Because
Yeah.
I still want to have my real as close to my realistic as I could possibly get, without going overboard with all of the extra incentives and accessories and stuff that will make my truck unrealistic in real life.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes any sense at all, but
Yeah.
I yeah,
Makes a lot of sense.
I don't knock. I'm just saying I don't knock anybody. Just like your truck, you got it nice and pretty on the outside with the white walls, which we always saw on the Fleetwood Cadillac. I
Yeah.
feel you. You are OG. That's what we do. The first thing we're gonna do is make sure that the outside look clean, because you gotta get you gotta get the goodies over there. And then the next thing, you gotta have your sound system. It don't matter that it's rusted out on the inside, but you got to get they gotta get the sounds. The paint job gotta look good, the wheels gotta look good, and the sound system gotta be intact. Everything else, it don't matter. I'm just playing.
I mean, personally, I try to do different styles of truck because not all my trucks have like white walls or rewrites on them. Not
Right.
all my trucks. Try to build if you have if there was my collection, I
Mhm.
have truck with stock wheels out truck. I personally I don't have one specific thing. I just like to as a thing I have multiple profiles of ATS.
Right.
And those profiles, I tend to tell people there's nothing wrong with putting multiple profiles on any
Uh-uh.
ATS or ATS.
Not at all.
What it allows you to do is have a different experience. Because a lot of times I go on one profile on ATS,
Mhm.
I have a different experience on the last profile also because I would have different weather mods, different wheel mods, different trucks altogether,
Mhm.
different trailers altogether, and just there might be a few things that carry over in each and every profile, but usually it's different. Even sometimes the background that I use from the app
Mhm.
or the icons that I use. Sometimes I use no icons. Sometimes I use the real companies and billboards. Sometimes I just use regular stuff without any of those. So I kind of tend to I have my profiles here too. Even the engines, I have custom engines. I
Uh-huh.
would have certain engines on one profile and then certain engines on the next profile. So it gives me a different when I get to like I said a different experience from profile to profile.
Yeah.
That's what I like about the game that you can do that.
Oh yeah.
You can do that. So, when I started out, I still have my original Nomad profile. I started out, I had a Nomad profile. I still have it. It's my very first profile. And it has no mods until today on there. And that's when I started out playing ATS on. And I still have it. I still have all those trucks that I built and bought over the time. I built them. If I didn't like them,
Mhm.
I drove them, tested them out, and then I gave them to the employees, the hired employees that they can have the game.
Yeah.
And
Yep.
then I built them because I was never really favorited one truck. I like Max. That's one of my favorite trucks. I started out with that. I didn't limit myself to that. Eventually, I started driving. I bought a Kenworth. I built the Kenworth. I bought a Peterbilt. Those Peterbilt.
Mhm.
Volvo, built the Volvo. I used to say it, because a lot of us we hate on stuff because of the brand, but
Right.
until you use it or drive it in this case,
Mhm.
you don't even know what you can have. You might be going off with somebody because somebody hates Kenworth or somebody hates the Peterbilt. You
Mhm.
can't just base your opinion on what that is. Basically, so a lot of people are acting if they broke this truck or that truck. Like, well, I never drove it because I heard it's no good. And, but you never got in and actually tried. Even if you buy it and sell
Right.
it. So
Exactly. I'm like you. Well, now I have two KW 900s, but I have the KW 900 and I also have just the KW T, I think 620. I have a Peterbilt, the old school Peterbilt, like that looks like the KW. I have a Freightliner. I have a Western Star. I have an International, and I have a Volvo. And I've driven all of them, and I'm okay with all of them. You know what I mean? Yeah, I'm good with it. I'm like, all right, well, let's do this. On ETS, I have the Volvo and the Mercedes, the DEF, the Scania,
Yeah.
and I think the only one that I'm missing, I believe, is the Evo. I think that's what that one is. But I intend to have all of the trucks that ETS has to offer. I intend to have all of those trucks, and the ones that I like, I'm not assigning a driver to. So anytime I feel like I want to switch out the ones that I really don't, I do the same thing you do. I just let my drivers have it, and I'm like, you know what? I spent the money. Let me go off in here, do a little bit of minor repairs, make sure it's good to go, so I don't have to get no damn email telling me, oh, we're having problems with my truck, and if you don't hurry up, I'm gonna quit. Okay, bye. You know. So I do the same thing, and so yeah, I mean, if you're gonna experience it.
Yeah.
For those of you that are serious, you know what I mean. That because me, I drove in real life, so this is giving me back what I lost. And you have some people who's kind of like mid grade, where it's like, I like the game, I don't mind playing it, I really don't want to get to know too much about it, but I know enough to know that I like it. And then you have the other ones that says, I like it, but I need to know more information. And then you have the ones that says, oh, I was told that this and this about the game. And then you have the ones just flat out, you know what, this is boring, I need some action. Okay, see you later, bye. The last three, y'all need to go ahead and just step off. I'm good, because I already know you're gonna leave me anyway. You know what I mean? You get where I'm going? So for me, like I said, what I've invested as far as my button box and things of that nature, you already know that I'm already on the path to really get down to the nitty gritty and make it my own. Maybe I'll get a GoPro and set that up. Maybe I won't. I don't know yet. But what I got is what I got, and just it is what it is. But I love this. I love that we convoyed. Oh my God. I seriously, I had the most amazing time. Like seriously, I had the most amazing time. So I appreciate it. If y'all, I mean, if you're okay with it, and if you see anyone that hasn't, if you're all right with it, if we can possibly use my Discord server, because the mods are already posted in there, and
Yeah.
I can actually pin those, so then that way they're there. I need to go off in there and do that, if that's
It's a
okay.
lot easier. Yeah, it's okay. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier if you like how that serve, like how you have the mods right there. It's a lot easier for them to just get, because that's how I was able to get
This
it. I
is
think I just created a profile,
Mhm.
and once you search the server,
Mhm. It shows you what mods
it,
that you don't have.
yeah, I didn't even have to go look for it. Yeah, I didn't have to go look for anything. It automatically gave me like a yellow, like I said, that yellow little symbol, and all I had to do was subscribe. And to subscribing, you just have to be patient with it, because every time you click on the subscribe button, you have to wait for the mod to download,
Mhm.
and that sometimes would look like it freezes, which I think is what happened to Destroyer, or whoever. I think it was a Destroyer or the
Right.
earlier, where he said that the computer looked like it froze, is that it's probably the game kind of was downloading it.
Right.
So once you get all that stuff downloaded, you just click the button and activate mods, and then you're good to go.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's not a bit that easy. People sometimes get impatient. it's usually not as hard as it usually are. Before I was even into mods, I used to convoy on the. I would hop in even when I streamed. I would hop into like the regular servers,
Mm-hmm.
and there are regular dedicated servers there that you can get into, and you can drive around. Even sometimes there's another streamer that is in that community yet. He doesn't stream ATS all the time, but
Mm.
when he does, like a few months ago, me and him were like in the late evenings. We would hop in and we would convoy in a random convoy server that was like a regular no mods, like dedicated servers that they had,
Right.
and we would interact exclusive there. And if it was for us, then we stayed. If not, we just left. So, and you meet people there too. So,
Yeah.
random things out there that are pretty bad. Well, the only thing about that is you can control what they like to.
Right.
In some of those servers.
That's what I was just getting ready to say is, that right there is amazing. But what is, what type of rules do they have in place, and how much do they enforce it? That's the only thing.
Well,
Because I'm just saying, every now and again, my granddaughter may come through here, and I don't need her hearing, you know what I'm saying? Because I'm not gonna always have my headset on where, so.
yeah.
But we still need to be,
Like I said,
you still need to be mindful, even as adults, because even some adults get offended by, you know what I mean?
it's been a really experience. I'm glad you were able to experience it. Hopefully, like I said, equals two. I do not have a server for that, so someone is gonna have to host it. This one is only 8 minutes.
Okay.
Um,
Well, if you set up and show me all the stuff that I need to do, I can possibly get that set up to where we have, more than just the 8 slots, you know.
yeah,
Uh,
I'm gonna see if I can find one that turned up with turned up 2 times. He had referred me to a site that was hosting over there
mhm.
too. So I was just weighing my options, and I came across two other alternate sites.
Uh-huh.
Ended up recommending some sort of bicep, I think it's called.
Mhm.
And there's also
Truckee hat. Okay.
Turkey has hosting, but what turned up to it was kind of super basic. You didn't really have too much control. So I was supposed to even try that out.
Uh-huh.
Even if I tried it out for a month and see if it's something for me.
All right.
Because I said with mine, the one that I use right now, that one I can do certain things,
Mhm.
which it Turkey might be too basic. It might be for some people because sometimes some folks want stuff to be simple. They're not too tech savvy, so if you want something to be very simple,
Mhm.
just 1, 2 clicks and you're done. That might be for that individual. So I mean, you never know unless you try some of this
Right.
stuff.
You're right. That's true. That is so true. You're absolutely right. Trial and error.
Definitely. But like I said, I'm gonna check into. I got a message from guys that I've been using in photo, and usually I'll message them and I'll see if there is anything regarding the slot.
Mhm.
If the flags for the slots, or if they actually have done something. The last conversation I had with him was around when they had shortly after they had changed April 8th,
Mhm.
and I was saying 152, I think, or maybe 150, somewhere around there. For a game version 150, I think it was right around there, or 152. They had changed the conflict side, and I spoke to them, and they said they unfortunately they're have to talk to them again and see if anything has changed since then or if they're going to update the system. If not, I'll try either Cookie or Bison. See how that goes.
Yeah, I've heard a couple of things about, positive things about Chucky, but I'm not really dived off in there. So,
Yeah,
you know,
yeah. So that's the two options that I usually ask a few people, like, because I see a lot of these guys ongoing. You can also host from a computer, but
Yep.
it's a lot more complicated. If you have like a system or a computer that you can make into a dedicated server, but it's a little more technical and complicated. That's why a lot of folks just tend to use these hosting sites because then you have to use a different firewall and a different
uh-huh.
all of that stuff.
Yep.
It's one too many extra steps. So that's the only complication. But eventually, my goal is to just host mine directly at my house, which I should be able to do. But it's not something that I can do right now. I'm not fully set up to do it right now, so eventually I'll see what I can do and get that. But for the time being, I'll just use what's available.
Exactly. Which is, that's not a bad thing. That's not a bad thing at all, you know. But my eyelids is getting heavy, respectfully. And I am
It's okay.
yeah, and I'm going to I started my stream back up because respect, so people would know. So for those of you that are on the Kick platform, I am actually going to host out. So if y'all would be so kind to stay with me so we can get that host out as well as the ones that are on Twitch, I'm gonna go ahead and do a raid out. So if you don't mind, if you guys can kick it with me on that front as well. I want to thank everyone that was here. That was for the convoy, destroyer. Also, we also had Two Rad and Boomad, which he shows up in my chat as 18 Explorer, I think, something like that. But he just changed up his name. We had an amazing convoy. We are going to try to do something like that again. So anybody out there that is, in the community, whether it be, any of the other guys that I named off, whether it be their community or ours, my server is there. All you have to do is do explanation Discord and see the server, please. Anyone that comes to my server, if you are trying to promote your graphic design, you will be not only reported, you will be blocked. My server is for my community. If we need something, we reach out to each other and say, hey, by the way, can you do blah, blah, blah? Do not come to my server on Discord trying to promote your graphic designs for streamers. If we needed your help, we would have reached out to you already. Please do not spam my people because if you do, I will not only report you, I will ban you. Do not do that. Come to the community to grow as a content creator and as a family. That's all I ask you guys to do. Do not spam my members. That's my family. That's all I ask. But at the end of the day, you guys already know your network is your net worth. You cannot have a community without unity. As you can see tonight, this is my first convoy. I hadn't done this in yeah, ever. So, with that being said, it turned out so much fun. We enjoyed each other's time. We talked noise. We did the damn thing and we had fun. We're going to do it again. Everybody's schedule is, I'm not going to say chaotic, but different. So maybe today we have the 4 to 6 people, I mean, to 5 people that we had today. Next time we may have more. Right now, for right now, we are slotted to where whenever we do our convoy, we have 8. But as us working together as a community, we may be able to figure out how to do a host to where we can do more than that. But until that time, uh beans, greens, and bacon grease. Okay. I love y'all guys. Y'all are amazing. Thank y'all for kicking it with me. Much love to y'all. I will be back on later today. I just need to get some shut eye because, like I said, I'm pushing myself. I'm going to be more consistent. So you see me today, don't worry. You will see me later on today. I'm not going to ghost anyone. I'm not going to just sit up there and stay in the shadows and just support. I am going to do the best that I can to come out here and just be. Okay. Don't know what the content is going to be from one day to the next. Maybe it'll be driving. Maybe it'll be Diablo. Maybe it'll be fear. Maybe it'll be just driving, 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 driving. I don't know. But just know that I'm going to be here not only to go live, but also to support the ones that know me. If you know, you know. If you know, you know. That's all I have to say. You guys have been freaking amazing. For all of you guys that are still here, all of you guys that's been lurking, for the bits, the follows, all of the above. Thank y'all. Thank y'all so much because I cannot do this, whether it's every other day or every 3 days or 3 times or 4 times a month. I cannot do this without y'all. I can't. I need y'all to help grow the community. This platform is big enough for all of us. Not one person can sit up there and own it, you know? So let's show them what we're working with and let's get out there and do the damn thing. And with that, know that I love you guys. Y'all been amazing. Stay for the raid, stay for the host. Please say hi. If you don't like what you see, I understand. I'm not asking anybody to follow. Just say hi. Okay? I love you guys. Mwah. Peace.
Savage Beast, goddamn! Savage Beast, goddamn!